Good afternoon, everybody. It's David Schlotthauer here in the home weather office, and as always, we're tracking severe weather yet again today across the southwestern portion of Texas. We have an enhanced risk of severe weather driven mainly by very large hail to perhaps the size of grapefruit we could be seeing today with a lot of these thunderstorms. So, therefore, I've decided we're going to go live again on the severe weather risk for at least 5 or even 6 hours today. This is going to be a little longer stream than what we had yesterday, just because we do have activity that is likely to pop up pretty quickly in the next few hours or so, or in the next hour over southwestern Texas. I know there's not a very populated area, but it's a good idea that we do end up live streaming. So, southeast of San Antonio, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning. This is driven by 1-inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So, if you're in Texas, by the way, much of the stream today will be focused on Texas. There is a tornado warning, or there was earlier in southern Mississippi, but that has now since been lifted. So, a lot of the activity will actually be in Texas for the duration or for a good part of the severe weather event today. So, good news here is I'm not going to be moving all around like I did yesterday. My goodness. Yesterday we had like 54 warnings at once. Today, hopefully we won't see that many at one time, but we will see many otherwise. So, to start off, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning in Sayers if you're in Lone Oak community. If you are in St. Hedwig in the Texas San Antonio metro area, please take shelter. This is intensifying pretty quickly, and this is we have about 1-inch hail with the storm at the moment, but we're going to probably see the hail go up significantly as the storm matures further. Today's not a very big tornado day. It's only a 2% risk for tornadoes. We will be looking at the SPC here in a little bit to confirm that. But echo tops now are at 47,000 feet. So 47,000 foot echo tops is what we're dealing with at the moment. When will it rain in Houston, Texas? Hopefully you get some activity this afternoon or evening where you can get some moisture there. But these storms, because they're going to be more isolated and scattered in nature, it's really hard to pinpoint exactly where those storms will be headed. Right now, we do have a severe severe thunderstorm watch that is issued, and it is, let's see here, Corpus Christi. So yeah, Galveston area, Houston, Texas, under that severe thunderstorm watch. So you're more than likely going to have some precipitation today. Let's go actually over to LaGrange in Texas. This is where we have another severe thunderstorm warning. If you're in Round Top, if you're in Carmen, if you are in Burton, please take shelter. Again, this has 1-inch hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So mainly a hail threat with this one, but yeah, winds are also going to cause a little bit of damage. We're not seeing any significant rotation with any of these storms, maybe some broad rotation with this one, but it's not really we're not going to see a huge excessive threat of tornadoes today. That's not what this stream is all about. This stream is to cover the hail risk because we are looking at hail probably 3 to 4 inches in diameter, 2 to 3, maybe even 4 inches in diameter, as we have a lot of instability. As you can see here, 50,000 foot echo tops with that storm. So a very explosive storm in progress right now. So let's go back over towards San Antonio. This is where we have, again, a very powerful storm in Sayers, Lone Oak community. St. Hedwig, if you're in La Vernia, if you're in New Berlin, please take shelter. That's where we have, just to the southwest of New Berlin, we have a severe thunderstorm warning. So I hope everyone's doing great. I don't expect a lot of people on this stream just because it's just a very little risk of severe weather, but it's good that I really need to pump up the streams a lot more. So So you all don't feel bad that I'm not streaming on very few events out there. I was covering the Little Rock tornado. Oh, nice. Okay. So, what's up, Mr. Tryhard? Welcome. Corruption, welcome. Yesterday I got hit by quarter-size hail in the right thumb of my right hand. Oh, boy. Quarter-size hail, that must hurt. That must stung your thumb a little bit. What's up, Heidi? How are you doing? Welcome. So again, we are covering severe weather today. Let's actually go over to the let's go over. Did I close out? Oh my gosh, I closed out all my windows. It's crazy. Let me open them back up so I can actually that is disappointing. So, we will be watching. We're going to have live cameras too during the stream. So, for those that are wondering, it's what I'll have. So let's go right over. Let's go to here, and then I'm loading things up. So give me a second. All right, and then. And let's go to this one. Let's go to this one. All right, almost there. I had this all open earlier, but I don't know why it just crashed on me. I guess it just closed on me without me knowing it. All right, and then we will do that. Just in case if we need to use some of these tabs, we will be happy to share them. All right, so there's that. So let's go right over to the SPC and let's take a look at our categorical outlook. So let's go over there. And okay, so it is not working. Hold on a second. There we go. So this is our outlook. Right now, we have an enhanced risk over San Antonio, Texas. If you're in southwestern Texas, there's the enhanced risk. This is driven by just a 2% chance for tornadoes. So not a big tornado day at all by any means. There is a non-zero chance, so there's that 2% chance of tornadoes for a reason. When we take a look at our hail risk, we have a 30 sig for hail in the San Antonio area. If you are down there near Uvalde, that's where we have a 30 sig for large hail as well. This is mainly where the hail is going to be, stretching possibly into Houston, Texas, as well as Corpus Christi. Yeah, in some of the metro areas down here under that significant wind risk. Also a little bit of a issue, but not like a hail threat. So the enhanced risk is mainly driven by a 30 sig for large hail today, with a slight risk for both tornado. For just mainly wind, and a marginal risk for tornadoes, which is a 2% there. So that's a look at the risk as far as what we're dealing with today. And these storms are going to be developing by this within the next 30 minutes. We're already seeing a storm pop up, but it's only going to get more significant as we go into the next couple of hours. So this is a look at the 18Z HRRR model, and we can see, again, storms firing up already. That's what we have. This is right around 19Z right now. This is 20Z, so this is within the next 50 minutes. This is the storms that we're going to have. And then they really pop up here, and it looks like, to be quite honest, a lot of the storms here are going to be moving into the Houston, Texas by, this is 4 This is 5 o'clock this afternoon. So this is 7 o'clock Central Daylight Time. And these storms are going to be right here. And then later on, we might see more convection here. And this is where that enhanced risk of severe weather really is. Look at some of these storms here. Could have 2 to 4 inch hailstones with them. And then those storms will be out there all the way through the early or throughout the overnight hours. It's where we think the strongest storms will be located. At least on that latest run. So there's a lot of model run inconsistency of where these storms are actually going to pop up. But right now we do have one southeast of San Antonio. And this is the one that has the 1 inch hail. We really only have at the moment four weather alerts. Well, the severe thunderstorm watch is one of them. But you now know there's a severe thunderstorm watch. This is hail events up to 3 inches in diameter possible and scattered wind damage up to 70 miles an hour potentially with this one. That's very significant. That's a really high-end severe thunderstorm watch today. All right, thank you for tuning in, Mr. Tryhard. Yesterday's tornadic storms, I'm still surprised that my town's tornado sirens didn't go off. Yeah, that is very interesting that your sirens did not even sound at all. Hopefully they were not broken. That would be terrible if they were actually broken. If the system that activates those those sirens went out or something. So, yeah, let's go back over to Radar Omega. So we only have one severe thunderstorm warning in this area, but let's actually go and take a look at our GR2 analysis once I get this up and running. So yeah, right now there's only 3 severe thunderstorm warnings at the moment, which it's a lot calmer than it was, well, yesterday, at least. What's up? It's Jeffy Roblox. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing great. I hope you're doing great. All right, so let's take a look at the storm. Let's go and, okay, there we go. Popped up. Okay, so we're waiting for this to download. Okay, there we go. So it is now out. Scan this supercell. And so what we have here is what you're looking at is a 3D dimensional metric image of a storm. So, in fact, if I actually change this to where it goes just up like that, you'll be able to see the entire storm in 3D. So you can see the southern side of it, you get some of the shear, you can get where the updraft is. This is definitely a tilted updraft by all means. This is not vertically stacked at all. This is tilted. And when you get the shear, you know, you get this going on, and that's how you can get some really large hail. The updraft is separated from the downdraft, which is where all the hail would fall, the heavy rainfall. And when you get this setup, you can get some really big hail. And that's what we have with this storm right now. This is really maturing. It's pretty strong. And once we get more daytime heating going, I think we're going to have a really, really, really big hail threat. Possibly 3 to even, perhaps even 4 inches in diameter today. Yeah, we are looking at some very large to giant hailstones. That is no surprise at all, given with what I'm seeing on the Storm Prediction Center and other models. So let's go back to Radar Omega. This is right now live. If If you're just tuning in, hit the like button, share this live stream with their family and friends on social media. So if you're in Lone Oak community in Texas, Carpenter, Texas, if you're in St. Hedwig, Texas, if you're in Atkins, Texas, if you are in New Berlin, Sweet Home, if you're in Friendly Corner in Texas, in the San Antonio metro area, please take shelter right now. We are talking about a severe thunderstorm warning capable of producing at least quarter-size hail and wind gusts up and over 60 miles an hour. This storm has not strengthened very much, though, which is a good sign, but that is going to change within the next hour, I believe, where we're going to have to contend with stronger storms that fire up in this area. What's up, Chase McLean? How are you doing? Which, by the way, Chase, you're going to get some significant hail potentially today, so keep that in mind. Today is a weather alert day for your area. You're under a slight risk for severe weather. What's up, Roy Glaze? Welcome to the stream. It's an honor that you all are here watching today's live coverage because I'm trying to do a lot more of these. I can't guarantee every slight risk or every enhanced risk I'll go live, but I'm working definitely harder than ever to bring you guys some live coverage. To make up the lack of streams that I have, and there's not really much to talk about other than this, so that's why I'm like, you know what, instead of making a video today, we'll just go live again. And that's what we are doing. So we are live streaming on the severe weather event across Texas today. Now, there is some severe weather. There's only one warning in Mississippi, but we'll see what happens to this front. It's really breaking apart right now. And we do have some storms right here along this boundary. But its outflow, you can definitely get an idea of that. We'll see if storms intensify throughout that region. In fact, if we do go and look at our severe thunderstorm watch, there is a watch out for that area. But that will expire sooner than the one in Texas. So we'll just have to watch to see if we get any severe thunderstorms today. So, in the meantime, we only have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings right now. We do have a tornado possible tag on the one in the Mississippi area, in Hancock, Mississippi. But the other 2 are definitely not tornado possible tags, just because what we're seeing right now is just not a lot of shear to work with, but enough updraft helicity to get hailstones into the air. What's up, Ban Everything? How are you doing? What is your question, Roy Glaze? Okay. I just woke up, David. Looks like it already rained in central Louisiana. Thunder woke me up once. Uh-oh. It's starting to rain where I'm at. Oh, let's go to Houston, Texas. I'm Chase McLean. If you don't mind me asking, where is your approximate location? You're probably up in here where there are a couple of pop-up storms. So Mount Houston, Humboldt, Kingwood, we do got a few pop-up storms. Cypress. Oh, there you are. Okay, no. Okay, I got you on the map here. Chase McLean. Okay, so you do got some rain in your area. That is actually falling. See, that's why I like having someone's location here, because it actually gives me an area where you're at. So there it is. So Coles Crossing, Village of Cypress Lakes, getting a little bit of rain. at the moment. There looks to be more coming, though, towards your west. Yep, I got your location. Yeah, Cypress right now is where you're at. And right now you're getting some rain. So if you all want me to add your location, just type in your location. It doesn't need to be your exact location. Just give me an approximate location of where you're at. But pick the closest town or the closest main street that you live on. And I'll be sure to add that to the location thing. Because the goal here is to add a lot more locations. And you can see we got literally, let me see how many people we have as custom locations. We have, wow, we have a lot. We have probably more than 40 people that have already signed up. So if it's free, just let me know if you want your location on this map. Because during hurricane season, I can give you that, oh, for an example, hurricane hits Galveston, Texas. Oh, we got Chase McLean. We got the Reaper that are being impacted by this, right? Okay, Abilene. So Roy Glaze, so you're in the Abilene, Texas area. Okay, so let me add you to the list here. Let me do that. So custom locations, let's go to add location. Add using search. So Abilene, Texas. Hold on a second. So I will actually just use the, hold on. Let's just do this, add location. So you're in the Abilene area, so I'll just put a random area like over here. And that is Roy Glaze. So we're going to add Roy Glaze. Again, I'm not doing this to dox you guys. I don't want you guys to think that this is like if there is a severe weather outbreak or anything significant, I will be like, oh, Roy Glaze lives over there. Let's see what his conditions are like. You know, Mongolia, Texas. Okay, so this is from Candy HR. So let me add your list. I'm glad you all... Now, there's 107 remaining. So if you want to be added, you gotta hurry up. Spots are running out, okay? I could only add like 200 locations, I think. The most I could add to this, okay? And this is Candy HR. So Candy HR. So we got you right there in the Mongolia area. Wow, you're right there by Chase McLean. All right. Layden Mosher. You're in the Des Moines, Iowa area. So let's see if there's anyone. If there is someone else that lives, okay, there's spots available. Now, if you're right by where someone lives in Des Moines, you would have to be more specific because that way the names don't overlap. So we're going to Des Moines. Des Moines, Iowa, and this is going to be your location. So I got that down right there. All right, so Des Moines, okay, I'm in ban everything. Ooh, Naboo. I've never heard of Naboo, Louisiana. Good thing I will add you then to the list. So I'm working my way down. You'll be next, people. Don't worry. So let me do this really quickly. And this froze on me. Come on. Work with me now. And this is ban everything. All right, so we added you to the list. You're in central Louisiana near Alexandria. Wow, you're really prone to severe weather there. And okay, and let's add another one. Daphne, Alabama. And this is Darren. Erger. See, yep, we have spots available there. So let me add you to the list here. Okay. All right, we have 103 spots remaining. Hurry up if you want me to add your location. I'm not forcing you. If you don't feel comfortable, that's up to you. Okay. All right. Oh, Botkins, Ohio. Logos and lifestyles. Okay, so let's add you to the list. Boy, we have so many people. This is great. This is great. Because keeping track of, like, exactly where you're at, you know, it's going to be tough. But this is a big help. Okay, got that there. Okay, and let's see here. I got you, Landon. Dylan, thank you. You think Houston's going to get hit with the tornado? There is a non-zero chance for tornadoes for the Houston area, so there is a possibility. What about Dallas area? Lisa Stengard. So the Dallas area today is not really under a big risk of severe weather. In fact, if we go over to the Storm Prediction Center outlook here, you're under a general risk, so nothing too significant. Now, there's always that non-zero chance for a funnel cloud, maybe a slim risk, like a 1 or 2% risk for maybe some large hail, but I mean, it's not looking very big at all. I just don't see it happening. You're on the cold side of the system. You got cold air advection. You got northerly flow. And so your dew points there are already in the low to mid 50s. So I just don't see much happening there with today's storms, fortunately. Okay, we have 7 weather alerts. Oh, we have 1 in Georgia. So we're going to have to get to Georgia and Alabama here in a second. Glassett Gardens, Pensacola. Anyone want me to add your location for reference purposes when there's a big weather event like a hurricane, winter storm, or severe weather event? We do have, I'll let you know right now, we have plenty of slots available. We have 102 slots remaining. So if you want to, actually, I have another list I could create. So who knows? We could probably have another 900 or even 1,000 more locations we could add to this map. If not, I'm going to move on because we do need to talk about severe weather. So if you're in Lone Oak Community, if you're in Sayers, St. Hedwig, if you're New Berlin, please take shelter. Again, severe thunderstorm warning over your area. Lavernia, please take shelter. Storm just to your west, producing some large hail. In fact, if we click on this, we're now up to 1.5 inches of hailstones with this storm. So again, hail sizes increasing. That's what we expect. And that is why there's a severe thunderstorm watch, mainly driven by very large to giant hailstones exceeding 2 to 3 inches in diameter, enough to cause serious injuries. We saw it yesterday. We saw a few reports of hailstones exceeding 3 to 4 inches in diameter. One hail report, I think, was like 4.5 inches in diameter. That is going to cause serious injuries. If not, that can kill someone. That's bigger than softball flying from the sky, falling from the sky at like 130 plus miles an hour, terminal velocity. It doesn't end very well when you have a ball of hail or a stone of hail falling that fast, okay? Yeah, this has a hook on it, but again, the threat for tornadoes today is very mitigated because of because our LCLs are going to be a little higher today, but mainly because we don't have the sufficient shear to shape these storms. And in fact, there's no rotation on this. Sometimes you get a false hook echo because maybe the tops of these storms, the mid portions of this storm, are rotating just slightly. But the surface in itself, we're not seeing any rotation at all whatsoever. So that's some good news, but still, it's an intense storm producing a few lightning strikes. That storm has not shown any signs of intensification based on reflectivity yet at the moment. What's up, Daniel? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Again, welcome to Galactic Gardens to the stream. I do appreciate it. So if you all want me to add your location to the map, just let me know in chat. Just type in your location. My processing time is not the fastest like anyone else out there. So if you do add your location, just give me one location, but it needs to be closest to your where you live, like your street name. It doesn't need to be your street name, but like nearest town within, because I need a location of where you're at within 2 or 3 miles, so that way it's as exact as possible. I don't need your exact address. No, I'm not asking for that, but your approximate location to your nearest town. But it cannot, if you're like 10 miles from a town, then that's not going to be helpful. You got to give me a closest main street you live off of. All right. And then I could add that in. So that way I can be like, oh, Candy HR lives in Magnolia in Texas. So if I click on her name, it even moves the radar over there, which is very helpful. So we have some showers and storms over where Candy HR lives. How do I know that? Because her location is there. All right, so let's go to Alabama because we talked about those storms. We'll get back to the Texas storms in a second. But look at, if you're in Georgiana, severe thunderstorm warning there for Georgia at the moment. Actually, this is for Alabama. Oh my gosh, I almost got confused there. Glenwood, if you're in Laverne, if you're in Brantley, in Alabama, please take shelter. We do have a severe thunderstorm here for 1-inch hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. This is probably the lowest end severe thunderstorm warning you can get. This is more kind of the quarter-size hail variety. So about this big is what we're seeing with hailstones. That's big. That's going to cause a few injuries, but it's not the deadly hail that you could see otherwise. And then in Georgia, this is where we are seeing some potential bigger hail. Let's see how big this is. Ping pong size hail. So we're seeing hail a little bit bigger with this one. But the hail marker here tells us otherwise, that we're seeing 3.5-inch hail on this, which is seen with the reflectivity in Georgia in Pineville at 73 decibels. So this is a very strong updraft. And when we take a look at our echo tops, this is where we have echo tops exceeding 47,000 feet. So there is enough instability to keep that storm going for a while longer. But it is moving into a more unfavorable area gradually as it moves further east. But there's your severe thunderstorm warning. If you are in, again, the Drainville area, if you're in Walls Crossing, Dole, Churchill, please take shelter. This has the possibility of producing ping pong size hail or larger with that storm. And then we have another storm over here. This could get severe thunderstorm warned here in the next 5 to 10 minutes. If you're in Adrian, portion there of Georgia, if you're in Sopperton, on the I-16 corridor, moving into the State Route 15, please take shelter soon. Those storms are moving towards the east. So let's go back to Texas. This is where we have the biggest threat of severe weather at the moment. What's up, Dave Martz? It's been a long time since I last saw you. How are you doing? David, have you heard the awesome song by Nick Lau? No, I have not. Okay, Max Crowley. I am Saint, Texas. You're giving me your pretty much exact location. I didn't want that, but that's fine. That's fine. Maybe it's not. Is it, okay, Buzz Hill, San Marcos, Texas, 7866. Let's see where that takes us. Okay, so that's probably where you're at then. That's where you're at, I'm guessing. Because that's in the San Marcos area of Texas. Okay, so, boy, it'd be cool to see someone out of Kerrville watching my stream, because that's where I will be in less than a month. I will be over here in less than a month for the eclipse, so I can't wait for that. I cannot wait. Are there any thunderstorm watches for today? Yes, Roy Glazer, you're looking at one right now on your screen. Severe thunderstorm watch in San Antonio. Actually, if we go over and look at... So let's go over to where Roy Gray is. Boy, I added a lot of names all of a sudden. Boy, I could even turn on... This is really cool. I could add zones around where you're at. Pretty cool. Oh yeah, you're up here in Abilene. So you're not under severe thunderstorm watch, and I don't see you getting a whole lot of storms today at all. So you're in the good sector of anything. You got northerly flow right now. What's up, Kayon Ward? Howdy from Austin, Texas. Woohoo! We got a local. Well, we do got a local when I visit there. I will be in Austin, Texas on the 5th. I will be there... Yeah, I'll be there on the 5th. Kenneth, thank you for subscribing. You're awesome. You're awesome. So, yeah, on Friday the 5th of April, I will be in Austin, Texas. So, I won't tell you exactly where I'm staying because I just don't want people visiting me without me knowing. But I will tell you that I'm going to Kerrville, the sports complex in Kerrville. Okay, type that in on Google Maps, sports complex, Texas. And dude, if I could see any of you there, I'd be like, I will literally, we're going to throw a big party. Okay, if you come and if you see me there, I want you to hang around and watch me fly my drone. I will have cameras out. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. And I got extra solar eclipse glasses. So I will do free giveaways for solar eclipse glasses if I see you there. Is Brentwood, Tennyson going to get any bad weather too? So Brentwood, Tennessee. That must be a little town. So Brentwood, Tennessee. Let's go over to Brentwood. So Brentwood, Tennessee is done mainly with the severe weather. If we do take a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlook, you're on the cold side. So the cold front, the boundary went through, you're done. Maybe a pop-up storm this afternoon, but otherwise nothing too extreme. You're done. You're going to get maybe a storm, but nothing severe. Hey, David, I saw that Supercell. Thank you, Well Resined, for the $20 donation. I like the new location info that you can do. Glad to see you grow in the channel. I do appreciate that. Yeah. If you want, I haven't been promoting this very much with the whole location thing. If you want me to add your location, I'm not doing it to dox you guys. Don't feel like that I'm just doing that just to like follow where you guys are at. But this is for hurricane season. So if we get like a major hurricane making landfall along the Texas, the Gulf Coast, the eastern seaboard, like Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey area, if we get a winter storm that could bring feet or inches of snow, or if not, inches of ice, and you're in the location, I could be like, oh, we got Candy HR there, or we got, well, Chase McLean could get 2 inches of ice, or today Chase McLean is going to get some big time severe weather because I can see him on the map, and I can keep you all updated there like that. Also, if there is a severe weather outbreak like tornadoes and stuff, and you're under the warning, I will let you know with what the conditions are like for your area. So thank you again for the $20 donation. I do appreciate it. Carlton Sutton. Hey, David. Happy Friday from Los Angeles, California. Yes, happy Friday to you. Devil's Lake, North Dakota. David Martz. Thank you. Okay, that was from earlier, the whole donation. Thank you for that, though. Devil's Lake, North Dakota is where you live. All right, so I know where that is. Devil's Lake, North Dakota. I have not been promoting this very much, just because yesterday was like really, really busy for me. But I am now adding it to the map. Devil's Lake actually is one of the coldest places in the United States. It sees the coldest temperatures usually. So this year, not so much. It was more in Montana instead. I'm in Orlando, Florida. Ooh, so another more exact location area here. Area code, yeah, I'm sure that's the area code that you're giving me. Which is more better? It's a more better approximate location. Okay, yep. Let's go right over there. Yep, this is an area code, I can tell. Well-resonant Superhawk. Again, there are only so many spots available. So you are in hurricane country at this point. So if there's a hurricane that comes like this, right, it hits Orlando, then I'll keep you updated. Man, we have a lot of Floridians. Boy, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 viewers that live, let alone in the Florida area. All right. Devil's Lake in the northern part of close to Minute. So, Arlen, you got to give me a town. You got to. Oh wait, you probably already did, or you didn't. If you didn't, yeah, if you didn't, that's fine. But yeah, long story short, on April the 2nd, okay, mark your calendar, April the 2nd, I will be doing a special live stream about that eclipse, of where I'm going, how this is all going to roll through. And then on the 3rd, I am going to be live streaming my road trip to Austin, Texas, similar to with what Mark Sedeth would do. If you don't know who Mark Sedeth is, he's Hurricane Track on YouTube. And he does, before he gets to the destination, he will record his road trips. Similar to with what I'm doing, but only this is probably once in a lifetime kind of thing on my YouTube channel. And this is a way for you all to experience the joy, the happiness, the excitement leading up to that eclipse. And it's a way for you all to travel alongside with me. You guys are the passengers on my road trip. Nothing special. We're not covering any severe weather unless I run into a strong thunderstorm on the road trip, and then we will talk about it then when we cross that bridge. But it's going to be exciting. I cannot wait. Every hour, every day that passes by, can it come any faster? Can it come any faster? By the way, it is 18 days, 15 hours, 59 minutes, and 45 seconds before we depart, before we get in the car and we leave to go to Austin, Texas, where I'll be staying with my uncle. And then me and my uncle and my family will be traveling to Kerrville, Texas on eclipse day at the sports complex in Kerrville. Okay? Sports complex in Kerrville. I will repeat it again. Sports complex in Kerrville. Type that up on Google Maps and it'll give you directions to get there. I encourage you, all of you, if you're within, say, 100 miles or even 120 miles, or if that's even 200 miles, to travel to Kerrville, Texas to see me for the eclipse. And I will give out, let's see how many eclipse glasses I've got. They're the cardboard ones. They're not the fancy ones that I got. So there are four eclipse glasses on top of 2 spare ones. So I have 6 eclipse glasses. 3 eclipse glasses I can give away for free with no cost whatsoever in Kerrville, Texas at the sports complex. By the way, now one thing I did want to bring up, it's not free to park. Now, depending on where you want to park, that's up to you. But it's going to be an awful long walk if you don't get there early enough, okay? My tip and advice is if you want to get to Kerrville, do so, leave your location. Like, me and my uncle and my family, we're leaving from Austin, Texas at like 4:30 in the morning to travel to Kerrville because once that sun comes up, people are going to get on the road and there's going to be a lot of traffic. There's going to be a lot of congestion going to the center line or to Kerrville. And so, therefore, roads are going to get packed up very, very quickly. And that's why we're planning ahead for this. So if you want to park and get a reservation to park your car, go to the Kerrville website and they will have some recommendations on there. Kerrville.com, I think it is. If I'm not mistaken, it's Kerrville.com where you can find that. Yeah, so it is Kerrville.com. Or Kerrville.gov, I should say. Again, Kerrville.gov. And then just go to, they'll have the event on there. You know, Parks Recreation Department invites you once in a lifetime eclipse thing. Because, if I can see just 3 or 4 of you, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I am meeting my viewers for the first time. Chat is one thing, but like meeting you in person, saying hi to you, flying my drone. If you see, okay, simple way to put it. If you see a drone that is flying in the air, that's mine. That's my drone. Okay, if you see a drone flying in the air, that's me. That's an easy landmark to find. All right, so we have a severe thunderstorm warning now in Louisiana. Let's go to that. I know, I just got carried away. And radar sites, terrible here. Terrible radar site coverage. The one in New Orleans is out of service. It is down for maintenance, I guess. So that is not very helpful. So if you are in the New Orleans area, please take shelter. Again, strong storms are coming in to the New Orleans area, LaPlace, impacting your area. Look at how much lightning is on this storm right now, just off the coast of Gulfport in Biloxi, Mississippi. All those lightning strikes. That has a lot of updraft intensity. All right, I'm in Gainesville, Georgia. Okay, Devil's Lake. Okay, so I'm sure you want me to add your location. So Gainesville, Georgia. So I will work on doing that really quickly here while we are looking at severe thunderstorms. All right, and then we are going to go to Arlen Wheeler. So you're very far from the eclipse path. Good luck driving. Good luck, that's all I gotta say. Unless you have your heart to desire to travel, you're actually about as far as me from the eclipse, from the path of totality. All right. Is Brownwood getting ready today? I don't know what you mean by that. Okay, Galactic Gardens. Will Pensacola, Florida get bad storms today? So Pensacola, you're right over here, right near Mobile, Alabama. So are you in the Pensacola Galactic, are you in the Pensacola area Galactic Gardens? If you want me to add your location, just let me know. I don't want to add it without your permission though. Enjoying a sunny day in the upper Midwest. That's great to hear, LG. What part of the Midwest do you live in, city or state-wise? What's up, Diane? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream, by the way. So, Slidell, please take shelter. You got this line of storms. This is the storms that formed, that kind of moved through the Arkansas yesterday and Missouri, now down here into southern Alabama. Yes, please do. All right, so Galactic Gardens, city, please. Not your exact location. If you want to give me your area code, that would even be better. Because if you just say Pensacola, Florida, then it will put your name literally right on top of the city name, and it's hard to read his name if there's a city covering it. So if you give me an area code, that would be really good too. LG, okay, you're in the Wisconsin area. What part of Wisconsin? City or area code would definitely help if you want me to add your name to our locations. Okay, 571. Okay, add you there, buddy. Add location. Okay. Pensacola, Florida. Oops, no, I don't want that. Darn it. Okay, I need to do this a little bit better. All right, sorry about that. So, Pensacola 3251. Pin. There is no Pensacola, Florida. Oh, wait, there is. It's not giving me... Okay, you know what? It might be Pace. That's where you live. That's where your area is. You're near Pensacola. There you go. Yeah, so you're right there in Florida. Okay, you're south central Wisconsin. All right, what part of south central Wisconsin? If you don't want to give me your approximate location, that's fine. I'm not forcing you. I can't force you. It's not my job. But it does help out during severe weather events, and we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning if you're in New Brockton in Alabama. New Brockton in Alabama, Elba, Alabama, please take shelter. Again, this is a storm that is capable of producing 1 inch hail, one inch quarter. You saw that wicked tornado. Oh yeah, that tornado a couple of days ago was pretty significant. So if you're in Brantley, if you're in Elba, New Brockton, if you are on the 67 corridor, Victoria, Lowry Mill, Bluff Springs, if you're in Newby, please take shelter. We have many towns downstream of this storm right now that are in the path of this. This expires in another 50 minutes or so. Yep, I got it. Galactic Pace is outside of Pensacola. We have another storm in Ellaville in Georgia. We have a lot of lightning, and we have 3 inch hail marker on this. So if you're in Montezuma, please take shelter too. Did we just get another? Yep, we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning. So again, if you're in Ellaville, if you're in Montezuma, Georgia, please take shelter. Again, we do have this strong thunderstorm capable of producing large hail and damaging winds. So now let's go back to Texas, where the bigger threat exists. And we are starting to get storms firing up here right now. We have a new storm in Lavernia. And we have a new storm. Man, these warnings are really popping up now. Could end up being a little quite active today. You're very welcome, Galactic Gardens. Of course. I know, Arlen, it's YouTube. YouTube loves to do that. I know. Actually, let me see what I can do. If that's even changeable. I don't think I can change it. There we go. I turned them off. I blocked the ads from happening. But that doesn't mean YouTube will listen to me. They might insert ads anyway. That's just YouTube for ya. So if you're in Laverna, if you're in New Berlin, if you're in Sweet Home, Jake's Colony, please take shelter. A severe thunderstorm warning is now in effect. These downstream locations that include 123, 435, please take shelter. If you're in Knocknut, please take shelter. This storm has intensified, and now we're getting almost 2-inch hail on that storm. So definitely a bit on the strong side. And we have echo tops on that storm right around 45,000 feet. 45,000 foot echo tops. And then we have another storm over here that has 50,000 foot echo tops. So these storms are definitely producing more lightning, which means the storm is intensifying. And again, this is for, again, James Colony area south of the New Braunfels area of the Texas metro area near San Antonio. You're very welcome, Arlen Wheeler, but I can't guarantee if they will stay off. Okay, I cannot guarantee. YouTube does that. They like their ads because that's how they make money. And that's why it's the biggest platform on social on the market right now. It's the biggest video broadcasting on the market. So if you're in Belleville in Texas, Kinney, Texas, Hampstead, Prairieville, Texas, please take shelter again. A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued. If we take a look at echo tops on this storm, let's see. Yeah, we have really high echo tops, approaching 50,000 feet. 50,000 foot echo tops. If we play this through, you can see how the storms are definitely picking up. And they're getting into your area, Chase McLean. If you're still watching the stream, I sure hope you are. You're saying the sun is out. And that means business. Okay, we got another severe thunderstorm warning now issued for Shiner, Texas. Shiner, Texas, under a severe thunderstorm warning. There is some rotation on this, but again, the chances of a tornado today, not very high. Only a 2% at the moment for tornadoes. So a very low chance of tornadoes today, but there is that 2%, which really highlights that there is at least a slight or a marginal risk for a spin up or two, like a funnel cloud. But yeah, Chase McLean, Candy HR, please, it's coming towards you right now. These storms are. Yeah, I'm watching. Okay, sweet. How's the sky right now, Chase McLean? Is the sun still out or is it cloudy? Like, what does it look like? Is the wind strong? By the way, you have dew points there in the 70s, in the low 70s in the Cypress area. Really muggy, really, disgusting today. So if you are in Bellyville, if you're in the Louisville, if you're in Hempstead, if you're in Pine Island, you're going to need to take shelter again because there's a severe thunderstorm warning in your area due to some large hail. Can you delete what my brother said? What did your brother say, Michael? I don't know which one is your brother. Hey, what's up, Michael Nelson? How are you doing, buddy? It's cloudy right now. Okay, so the sun is not out. Wow, look at these temperatures, though. Really warm. In the 80s, mid 80s down here in Houston. That is warm and it's muggy. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. I agree. Yeah, Michael, I don't know which one is your brother here because you were saying about you deleted your message there. You said something about your brother, like delete his message or something. Can you show lower Alabama radar? Sure, I will. Let's take a look at that. So yeah, we're now looking at Alabama. If you're in Darren, oh yeah, not. I almost thought. Okay, for a second I thought that was like a little town, but Darren Erger, that's where you're at, right along the coast here near Jackson Oak. Storms are to your northwest. They are sliding southward. So you are going to get showers and thunderstorms. And these storms might have a tendency of intensifying today due to some daytime heating. Right now, dew points in your area are in the mid 70s and air temperatures right now are in the low 70s. So really, really very humid there. Very saturated the air is. And as those storms move further to the south, you're going to get impacted with an outflow boundary. You can even see that shaping up. Lots of lightning, though. Tons of lightning off towards the west. So these storms will be into your area probably within the next hour and a half or so, maybe even the next 2 hours. Right now, there's no severe thunderstorm warnings on this line, just a couple of areas along the line where storms are a little more intense. So let's go back and look at the Texas area because the hail threat really going to be picking up. It's already picking up already. So if you're in Belleville, if you're in the Buckhorn area, if you're in Reconbin, please take shelter if you are in these areas. This is a strengthening storm, and this now has 1.75-inch hail marker on it. So that means we might be seeing hail larger than quarters within this storm as this moves over Belleville. I almost said Bellyville. So Belleville, I'm getting some rotation out of that. Nothing significant. Again, that's the good news about these storms, at least in their early stages. We're not seeing a whole lot of rotation. And then the Shriner, Texas storm, we're also seeing some modest rotation, a little mesocyclone trying to get its act together a little bit. But the good news is, again, rotation is very minute with this, with these storms at the moment. We'll see what happens in the next 2 hours if these are able to organize a little bit more. Oh, really? Okay. Well, you might want to take the phone away from him since it's your phone. Ask him, ask him to get your give him your phone back. Literally, because that's not right. You need to have your phone, especially during the severe weather. Yeah, this storm actually, you know what? This storm is actually intensifying and it is moving right towards Cyprus, near your area. If we get storm mergers, yep, we're starting to get storm mergers. This could really end up significant for your area. It's going to be interesting, Chase, of what you get out of this. You know, it's going to be interesting that once you get the heaviest rain, it's going to be like, oh my gosh, we're getting big hail, David. Oh my goodness, it's crazy. You know what, Chase McClain? Can you get onto Discord and can you live stream this by any chance on Discord so I could share it with my viewers if you don't mind? You're probably at work, but it sounds like you might be at home though. I stole it back. Okay, good. Sweet. But anyways, welcome to the stream, Michael. If you're new, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Like the stream and share this. We're already up to almost 70 likes within an hour, folks. This is even better than yesterday. So if you haven't liked the stream yet, please consider doing so. It really means a lot. If we can get to 100 likes under 4 hours, that would make my day. That would make me pleased. No, I'm not begging for likes, but you know, the more likes, it gets recommended to a larger audience on the YouTube algorithm. Looks like a bunch of dragons. It does, doesn't it? It does. So yeah, Chase McClain, if you're able to, let me see if you're on here. I don't think I'll need to send you a friend request actually. Because boy, that would make my day if we're able to. Oh yeah, I'm friends with you. I don't know why it didn't pop up. Weird. Discord's acting a little strange. I thought you were at work. I'm getting nervous about the storm, though. Maybe you could live stream from work if you don't mind. When it gets closer. Oh, gosh, yeah. Belleville right now, this is a huge storm system. This is very significant. Look at the reflectivity on this. So if you're in Belleville right now, you're probably dealing with hail probably about 2.5 inches in diameter. We're looking at really big reflectivity. 74 decibels right now, 75 decibels on this storm, which means the hail is bigger, and so radar, there's more energy being reflected back to the radar. Big hail with this storm right now. Almost 2 inches. I would not be surprised if that hail marker gets upgraded. Right now it's at 1.75. We'll see if it gets up to 2 inches and then maybe 3 inches eventually. That is a big storm. That is a monster. Oh gosh, yeah. Look at the echo tops on this. We're seeing 57 to 60,000 foot echo tops on that. So that is a very intense storm. Right now, going towards Waller, Prairieville, this should clip your area, Chase McClain, but the storms to the south could also intensify pretty quickly and then move into your area. Yeah, these storms definitely have intensified. Oops, what did I do here? Sorry about that. So the strongest storm that we have right now is going to be this Belleville storm that has really, really intense hail. If we actually do take a look at that same storm, actually, wow. We might have 4-inch hail on this. 4-inch hail marker. Okay, that is now, they're going to have to issue a warning or upgrade the warning a little bit on that. That is significant hail. That is significant. Yeah, Chase, we might have a 4-inch hail marker on this. 4-inch hail marker. The reason why I said we might have, because that's pretty high for the storm. Yeah, it's 3 inches on this. And yeah, we're at 75 decibels. That is a very, very strong storm. Let's actually go and look at 3D on this. And let me change the scope of things. Yeah, so what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to use this hail perimeter. Because this is some serious hail right now. Yeah, look at this storm right now. Look at the hail in that. We scope this out. Look at all the... This is 70 decibels up in this storm right now. That is huge. That is some big time hail. And look at this is 3D basically. This is a volumetric scan of the structure of the storm. So basically we're doing an X-ray image through our storms, through our supercell that we have in progress. Golly word, look at that. That is incredible. So that's right over Belleville right now in Texas. Belleville, Texas. 77 decibels. Are you kidding me? 77. Yeah, 77 decibels. That is... Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Yep. We have 4-inch hail marker on this right now. So this is probably some giant hail. Giant hail waiting to happen. Giant hail. That is hail bigger than 4 inches in diameter. So maybe softball size hail with this storm. Softball size hail. So if you are in Waller, if you're in Prairieville, if you're in Cypress, please take shelter within the next 10 to 15 minutes. We're talking about serious roof damage, car damage. Ooh, this is not good. This is not good at all. So please take shelter. That is a serious storm right now at the moment. So if you're in Shiner, Texas, Moulton, Texas, please take shelter. We also have some large hail with that one, only at 1 inch in diameter. We have another severe thunderstorm warning just southeast of San Antonio, Jack's Colony. This is the Knocknut area. This is Duggar, Sweet Home area of Texas. Please take shelter. We also have 1 inch hail with that storm at the moment. All right, so large hail with that one. The good news about these storms, there is no significant rotation at all, just a little bit at the very most. Just a little bit. But the strongest storm right now is going to be this one with a lot of lightning strikes. There is a little bit of rotation showing up here in the mesocyclone. We have even a minor hail spike on this. So yeah, this is giant hail being produced. Giant hail. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. Arlen Wheeler. Cars at dealerships were destroyed from that. All right, yeah, we are now up to 5-inch hail marker on this. 5-inch hail marker. So that is now deadly. That's deadly hail, potentially. And yeah, here's a look at the echo tops. Yeah, 60,000 foot echo tops right now. So that is a very strong storm. So if you're in Belleville right now, please take shelter. You're getting serious hail damage, I'm sure. Serious hail damage. Of course it's coming my way. Yup, it's coming your way, buddy. Actually, it's coming right towards you, Chase. Yeah, this is making a right turn right now. So it's a supercell. It's going against the flow from the other storm. So this is going right towards your area. 4-inch hail with this, potentially. We'll see if that continues, though, if how this storm will evolve. But right now, it still has reflectivity values up to 72 decibels in the Belleville, Texas. Monteville, if you're in Louisville, Hempstead, if you're in Pine Island, Texas. This is near the Houston, Texas area. Please take shelter. This is some big, big hail being produced. The marker, the hail marker on this. Oh, hold on. All right. Sorry about that, folks. I am back. So if you're in Belleville, right now, okay, this storm just crossed over Belleville. Now it is still headed towards Cypress. We're still seeing hail up to 4 inches in diameter. So this is producing some very large hailstones at the moment. This could really cause a lot of injuries. I'm not kidding. This is very destructive hail. Oh, yeah, look at this storm right here. Look at this storm. You can see it on the 3D dimensional. Look at that updraft. You can see it lofting hail into the air. Wow, look at the power of that updraft. That is some big hail. Look at this. Just amazing. You can see the updraft throwing hail all the way up to about 30,000 feet, even higher. Actually, 40,000 feet, we're seeing that hail. What's up, Bubble Man Red? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. If you're new, consider subscribing, hitting the like button. We're literally 25 likes away from 100. And we could get there before 2 hours. That's remarkable. So yeah, this is a volumetric scan of what the storm looks like, not just at the surface. So when you look at radar, you're looking at a 2-dimensional image or a 1-dimensional. You're just looking at just this one layer of heavy rainfall hitting the surface, but what goes on above the surface is to be answered, right? So looking above the surface, this is our 3D. That storm in 3-dimensional. So what we're able to see is, are we seeing hail? Are we seeing debris? What's our updraft looking like? And how deep is the hail core? So anything in black, simply to put it, anything in black here is 70 decibels. 70 decibels, that is. So I know it's hard to see, but it's right in here is where we are seeing hailstones greater than 2 inches in diameter, at least. We might even see a few hailstones in here, maybe over here, maybe even over here. We could see potentially 3 inches in diameter. 4 inches is a little extreme. We'll see if that actually verifies on storm reports, but either way, that is a huge storm. Look at that. Just a nasty storm. I guess another way to storm chase is looking at these on a 3-dimensional picture. Gosh, yeah, you could even see this. Look at, if you look at this carefully, right here, see this kind of little hook? We're actually seeing the updraft lifting hail up, and it's getting flung around here, and it's probably getting tossed back up again to where it gets bigger. This is actually pretty cool. Seeing this on a volumetric scan. This is how detailed things can get on Doppler radar, folks. This is really, really, really cool. This is very cool. You can see the updraft. Very strong updraft, probably over 80 miles an hour, lofting that hail up that high. So, yeah, if you're downstream in Cyprus, wow, you better cover. Yeah, okay, this is now a destructive warning. This is for 2-inch hail. 2-inch hail now, so it's a destructive. It's a level 2 severe thunderstorm warning now, issued for Walker County in Texas. Walker County, so Monteville, if you're in Sunnyside, Port Office, Sunnyside, you need to take shelter right now. 3-inch hail, 3.25-inch hail marker on this. Yeah, the hail has come down a little bit, but that doesn't mean it's weakening. You know, these storms could kind of have a tendency to recycle, but the echo tops are still very high with this. So, don't let this fool you. Yeah, this cone, by the way, Chase McLean, if you can just draw the cone out a little bit more, this is basically what it's looking like. So you're definitely right in the middle, smack dab of that storm. You're right in the middle of that storm. This is headed right towards the Cypress area. And it will be there, so if this is now. So this is 10, 20, 30. Wait, no. This is probably now. That's where it's at. And then this could be where it's going to go by 2:04. So it's going to go right over your area. So, yeah, that's why I like these discrete storms. Oh, we have another one over here near, let's go back to GR2 Analyst. So, Needville in Texas. This also has a 2 to 3 inch hail marker on it. So, this also is intensifying. Fort Bend, let's take a look at that storm. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at the structure on that. Nice and tilted. So, what we're seeing is we're seeing the updraft pulling a lot of air in, and we're starting to get hailstones growing with height, and they're getting tossed up through this storm, and then they're going to fall down, and they're going to be big hailstones once they do so. I really hate that I'm at work right now. Well, tell them to ask them if you can leave early then. Ask them if you can leave early, bud. Now look at that. You can definitely see the volumetric. I don't know if there's any other YouTube channels that provide this level of detail, but all I know is I am. Actually, let's blow this up a little bit more so you can get a better look at what the storm looks like. And look at that. Just, You can even see a little bit of 70 decibels, so possibly 2 to 3 inch hail inside that storm right now. Let's go back to the storm to the north. Okay, we just got a 1.75 inch hail report in Belleville, Texas. So that is official. We're seeing official reports coming of large hail on this. Yeah, looks like the storm is... We're not seeing as solid of an area of black that we had earlier, but we are still seeing areas in the storm of very intense hail, probably 2 to 3 inches in diameter. This is pretty neat. Impressive 3D. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you all like the 3D a lot. I do appreciate that. So you could almost think about if you get these red colors, that's 1 inch hail, 2 inch hail, and then these dark, these black colors are 3 inch hail. Not always the case, but it's kind of a guide on how you could look and resolve hail in a 3D dimensional picture. But now if you get 80 decibels, that's usually like 4 to 5 inch hail. So yeah, Dylan, the black represents bigger hailstones. Now again, that's not always the case, because as the hail falls, the air, because that hail falls and gets into more thicker air, right? Because the higher you go, the air gets thinner. The lower you go, the air gets thicker. And the head of that hailstone actually warms up a little bit, and it melts the stone. So it's probably like 3 or 4 inches in that storm right now, but once it hits the ground, it probably comes down to like 2 inches in diameter. Still enough to cause a lot of damage, but this is another way to look at that. So this doesn't 100% resolve hail 100%. It's not like, okay, the black, every little black pixel you see in this means you have 3 to 4 inch hail. No, it could be very, 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 very heavy rain mixed with hail, or it could just be very large hailstones. But in this case, because of the atmospheric setup we're seeing today, we are seeing hailstones of at least right now 2 to 3 inches in diameter. Serious hailstones. So that's the 3D that we're looking at. So again, this is moving into Harris County, Hockley. If you are in Cypress, you're going to need to take shelter, please. Cypress is over here. Okay. So this is moving right towards your area, Chase McLean, and we will keep you updated. Looks like this is the majority of where the largest hail is being produced from at the moment. And if we actually play this through, we can see, this made another right turn. So this is actually moving towards Brookshire. But the tail end of this is going to be hitting for sure in Cypress. But yeah, you can see just how strong these storms are right now. It looks like it's weakening, but that doesn't mean anything because it could recycle downstream. The storm to the south here looks a little more impressive, so we'll see about that one. That has that has almost 3 inch hail on it, so that has grown a lot more. There's not a lot of storm interference to the south of it, so this could have the potential of being the more significant storm. We do have echo tops of over 50,000 feet on that right now, so really tall updraft. Throwing hailstones that high into the air potentially, and once they grow, it can get pretty serious. It can. So a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Fairchild in Texas, Booth, Texas, Thompson's, Texas, First Colony, Texas. If you're in Arcola, Texas, please take shelter. Again, this is just an estimate storm motion right now. This is moving at 26 to 30 miles an hour. It should be in Hobby by 4:11 p.m. your time. If you're in DeWalt, it should be there by 4:01 p.m. This center of this cell, that is. You guys are enjoying the stream. We have 98 people watching. Consider liking the stream. It really does mean a lot. I do plan on doing a lot more of these. I'm hoping to do every slight risk. If the hail threat is big enough, or a tornado threat, or a wind threat, I'll be sure to do a lot of these live streams. So, right now, big hail in Texas. That's what we're seeing right now. We are 2-inch hail marker on this. So, big time hail. Hail looks like it has come down a little bit. 2.25 on that one, moving into Houston, Texas. This is the little one that we have to watch. This had some very big hail earlier, but looks like the storm merger that is happening is causing a lot of interference with that storm in itself. So this is weakening a little bit, but right now has 2-inch hail potentially on it, and it is warned. It is a considerable severe thunderstorm warning. Okay, and our latest. Oh, looks like it's trying to become supercellular. We might be looking at a tornadic storm now, it looks like. Sometimes that's what will happen. You get hail first, and then it will kind of go into a hybrid nature and transition to a tornadic mesocyclone. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep. This could get tornado warned, actually. So first we had this significant hail. Now we're looking at possibly a tornado on this. So what I mean by that is what we're looking at is velocities. So another way to interpret this is reds are outbound. So they're moving away from the radar site. So your radar site is right here. See this? See how this looks all cringy kind of looking? Okay, so this is the radar site. And when you get red colors, it's the velocities are moving away. So you're imagining getting flow like this around the storm. So let's do this. So you're getting flow like this into the storm. And then right back in here, this green color is where you're getting outbound or inbound flow. So you're getting flow like this. So you could almost imagine that we might have a tornado trying to develop here over Clemons in Texas. Okay, so we're now going from a big hail threat to now possibly a tornado threat. We're not talking about a strong to violent tornado today, but now we had the hail threat. Now we're going to be looking at this mesocyclone rotating and getting better organized, which could throw some big hail on the northern side, usually where the RFD is. So more on the storm body. So this is where your mesocyclone is. This is your RFD surge right back in here. This huge rain shaft. That's your RFD, your rear flank downdraft. And then up in here, where we have a clear slot, that's your rear flow, your rear flank updraft, your rear RFU. Wait, your rear flank downdraft, your rear flank updraft. I gotta find the acronym for it, but it is a name. So your forward flank updraft, that is your forward flank, that is, it's up in here. And so what you get here is this is where a lot of your hail is going to be, right in the storm body over Monteville, over if you're in, say, Burlia, something like that. And then Sunnyside Point Post Office is where you're starting to get some big hailstones, probably about 1.5 to 2 inches in diameter. We'll see if a tornado warning does get issued on this. I would not be surprised. That has intensified, that rotation. And you'll be the first one to find this. Oh yeah, see that rotation? Those velocities have intensified. Those velocities have definitely picked up more significantly. So Brookshire, Catty in Texas. We have other small communities that are impacted. See, and also take note. See all these streets here? This is a, what? Actually, I realize this whole time my pin has not been working. Okay, so I do not know why that's actually happening. I am so sorry. So, got to use the pin that they include here. So let's use yellow. So right here is actually populated areas. All of this gray is populated areas where people live. People have lives to take care of, and instead, they're worrying about a tornado possibly coming towards them. We'll see if a tornado warning does get issued, but I would bet you $50 we're going to have a tornado warning on this really soon. We're going to have a tornado warning. Thank you, Matthew Diener, for subscribing. Matthew Diener. Appreciate the subscription. All right, so let's go and take a look now with what I was talking about. So again, our velocities, greens are inbound right here. Reds are outbound. So this is what we have right in here. This is where our little nadir is going to be developing, our little tornado, that is. And that is a mesocyclone. Joey Dubs, I'm in one of those circles to the left, laughing out loud. Oh my, so you're right downstream of this. Okay, Joey, take shelter and watch my stream. Watch my stream. I want to congratulate you all for us to hit 100 likes in about an hour and a half. So that is, thank you for that. Thank you for the likes. I do appreciate it very much. So if you're in Pattison, again, we're watching this storm right now. Let's go to 3D to see what the storm structure looks like. And we did get wind damage off of this. Okay, yeah, we just got a wind damage report. Trees down near the intersection of Mill Creek Road at Kyandell Road in the Belleville area. So we have gotten wind damage with this and some large golf ball size hail, which will add more damage to everything. All right, so thank you for subscribing. I did not bother looking at the alert, but I'm sure you're loving. So thank you for that. Thank you for the subscription. So Waller County, you're getting hit right now with some hail as well, and it's going to be right up in towards Chase McLean area here in the next 5 to 15 minutes. So let's look at 3D on this storm. So I'm going to switch over to our 3D dimensional picture of what we're seeing right now. Okay, so this is it. This is a storm structure, the one that has that possible tornado on it. You know, new warning. Yeah, I heard the new warning, Sonny. So, and if a tornado does get issued, I will know about it because I have the alert sound enabled on my Radar Omega. So if it's a tornado warning, you'll hear it go kind of thing. And once that gets issued, now, of course, not that alert, but thank you, Andrew, for subscribing. Now, that's a different alert that you just heard. That's a subscription or a notification alert. So thank you, Andrew, for subscribing. So right here is where we have the hail, still of 2 to 3 inches in diameter. And this is where we might have hail up to at least 2 inches in the magenta colors. And then the red up here on the storm is where we have, and sorry, my pin does not work on this. But you get the idea. Follow my mouse. Red areas here. About an inch, quarter size hail, and then the magenta colors, roughly estimation of about 2 inches in diameter. And then the black colors here, you have about 2 to 3 inches in diameter. So that's what we're witnessing at the moment. Let's see if we could, the rotation on this. Ooh, I could bring up rotation. So, actually, let's actually see. Actually, I'll have to work on, oh yeah, here it is. Okay, so let me do this. Let me make this not as... This is also velocity. So what we're looking at here is velocities throughout the atmosphere of what this tornado is doing, if it's a tornado. And it's hard to tell. This is probably a good view, but we do have some broad rotation extending up to about 20 to 30,000 feet. So this is becoming a little bit more better established mesocyclone of what we are witnessing at the very moment. So why this is important is, yeah, see, you can see it right in here. Yeah, look at that. Definitely the mesocyclone getting well established in that storm. So this gives us an idea of, you know, what the storm is doing. Is it becoming better organized for it to produce a tornado? And I would not be surprised if we end up getting a warning on this, a tornado warning, that is. I'm really surprised they have not issued one yet, because we do have an RFD surge, and sometimes what that can do is that could augment a tighter rotation. Because what you get is you get helicity tightening, or a mesocyclone tightening with the storm. So when you get an RFD surge like this, I know this is very scientific. I know the words that I'm just telling you guys are going to just, you're going to be like, oh, my brain hurts. But what you get is when you get velocities doing this, and when you get, when the conditions are perfect, when the downdraft is not as buoyant, you know, in this case, it's not today because, we have a lot of moisture in the deep layer. You could actually get little spin ups along this, and if one concentrates, that's how you get a tornado. So you can kind of think that you're trying to tighten the rotation, and it has to. That could only happen if you get an RFD surge on the back side of this, and then you get the forward flank updraft that we see here. So if we go to reflectivity, that forward flank is becoming a little bit more interfered. So that's probably why they're not going to go for a tornado warning yet. We'll see if that continues to intensify. But it does look like the forward flank is becoming a little bit more contaminated. So will Houston get this bad? At the moment, right now, it looks like we have a lot of clustering. So if we actually look at Doppler radar, let's see with what we got here. It does look like at least central Houston and to the north will definitely get hit pretty hard with this. This is a decent storm merger, though. This is pretty impressive. This storm actually right up here. Let me bring my pin out. This storm up here is actually, what I circled in, actually moving this way, while much of the action is actually doing this. So we're going to witness a storm merger here, which is why I believe this portion of the the forward flank is gotten contaminated with a lot of rainfall, because we're seeing these storm interactions. And that's kind of what this is one of the reasons why the tornado risk today is not overly high, because of a lot of cell interactions, a lot of clustering of what we're seeing. But early on, initially, we do get these supercells that do try to produce. We got another storm over Hallettsville. We will get back to the Houston area in a second, but I wanted to cover another area here. This also has almost 2-inch hail warning on it. So this has a considerable tag on it for large hail and damaging winds. And that storm is also moving off towards the east, towards Eagle Lake Walls, East Bernard, and then eventually near Cypress if it hangs on to dear life. Well, right now, Chase McLean is about to get some serious lightning. Look at all these lightning strikes. Chase McLean, really a big storm. Definitely a big one. All right, did that warning did they expire that warning? Are you kidding me? Are you serious? They expired that warning. They really did. It is, yeah, they don't have it out anymore. That is incredible. There's definitely some rotation on that. There's definitely some wind. But also another thing I wanted to mention, thank you, Bubble, for letting me know that. There's no debris on the storm, by the way, but flash flooding is also high with this, okay? Because we do have a lot of moisture into the atmosphere. You know, Bubble said flash flooding is fairly high. And especially when you get all these storms that are not moving very fast, they move over the same area, you tend to get a lot of flooding. And that's the risk with this too. It's not just the severe weather aspect of it. It is also the flood aspect that we have to be very weary about. And right now, there is a slight risk for for flooding in this area. There's no moderate risk. Actually, wait. Maybe this is today's outlook. They did not update the day 2 yet. Interesting. The day 2 should be a day 1. Or maybe this is tomorrow. But either way, there is a slight risk for heavy rainfall and flooding in the Houston, Texas area over at least the next couple of days. Is there any power outages? Well, for that, let's find out. So, as you know, Radar Omega. If you guys haven't gotten Radar Omega yet, I would highly recommend getting Radar Omega, because for, I think it's like $10.99 or it's $11.99. You can get the alpha version and you get everything you can ever imagine. You get climate prediction center outlooks, you get storm prediction center outlooks, you get weather prediction, hurricane outlooks, you get fire weather outlooks, you get winter weather outlooks. It's just amazing what this program has in it. And you can get lightning counts, you get storm chaser reports, you get everything you could ever imagine. You could even customize your own radar, your own velocity palettes, and everything. I mean, this has all the bells and whistles you could ever think of, including the new feature they have added in their update is the power outage map. So if we look at, let's see if we have any power outages. Yes, we do. So we have a county outage right now. So this is what we are seeing at the moment. Oops, let me go back to that. So right now, I don't think it displays. Doesn't it not display? Let me see if I can get all of this mess off. And then I can show you all. I think this does display not how many people are without power. Let's see. Yes, it does. So when you click on it, it says how many customers are out in this county. Okay, customers tracked. So this is Austin County. 15,000 out of 15,000 people that are tracked, 2,019 residents are without power, which is 13.3% of the population. And it gives you the latest update of that. So that's the only county that has the highest power outages right now. Now, I don't know what the percentage has to be for this to get highlighted, but it's a very cool feature. It really is. And let's see if we get state outages. Yeah, so you can then look at the state outage map. So right now in Texas, we have 9,591 people without power. And out of that, we have 13 customers that are tracked. And that only yields a 0.1% of the population. So that is a fairly, it's very low. Let's just say that. It's about 1% or so. And then you go to Louisiana, where we have 1% of people without power there out of the 2 million that are tracked. So very cool feature that Radar Omega has built in, where you can see these power outages. All right, so back to severe weather central we go. So another thing to consider on your bucket list is get Radar Omega today. It is $10 or $11 a month. Okay, it's pretty cheap. I would actually use this over WSV3. I don't, the layout of WSV3, I don't know. I don't like it. I just don't like it very much. So if you want Radar Omega, I encourage you all to buy it. No, I'm not a sponsor. I don't sponsor them. I want you all to take note of that. But I want to promote their, I shouldn't use the word promote, but get you guys to buy it if you all want. In fact, you could even do volumetric scan, which on this computer, it does some crazy stuff. It actually, yeah, see, sometimes it does not work. It's very sensitive. Actually, wait. This 3D actually works, so you can see this type of 3D. But if you want to use the volumetric, yeah, here it is. Actually, this is pretty good, but I don't have it on my screen. But it really messes with my computer a little bit. So if we actually go over to this, I will show you all it. It's pretty cool. Yeah, Radar Omega has come a long way. I've had this program. Oops, not that. Sorry about that. I'm showing 2 radar programs at the same time. I don't think this is able. I'm not able to web viewer. Oh, here it is. Okay, so this is the web viewer. This is the 3D of what this has on it. So just like GR2 analysis, which I like, which is a little bit better, I still have to figure out on how to adjust these perimeters. But this is what you get. This is more of the 3D dimensional of what the program has built in. They're basically GR2 analyst, and yeah, it's basically everything in one program. That's a simple way to put it. It's a really good, it's definitely worth the $10 to $11 a month. Go to radaromega.com, okay? But I think in order to subscribe to their service, you need a mobile, you got to get it on a mobile device. I think on Android or an iOS compatible device. All right, so we do have a supercell, Sugar Land in Texas, Booth, Texas, Crab, Texas. This storm definitely has a hook echo on it, okay? And this has 1-inch hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts that are anticipated. This expires in 7 minutes. So First Colony, DeWalt, if you're in Stafford, if you're in Hobby, Sugar Land, Meadows Place, in the southern portion or southwestern portion of Houston, Texas, please take shelter. This storm is showing signs of some rotation, as we can see. Very classic hook echo structure on the supercell. Cypress, you're getting rain already, and the storms are getting ready to move over your area. Looks like a fork in the road. With the red and yellow parts in the storm. So, oh, it's a fork. Yeah, okay, so let's take a look at why that is. That could be some drier air. There could be some minor mesoscale sinking into that. So that's why the rain is getting lighter in that area. It doesn't mean anything like there's a the structure of the storm is changing a little bit, but that's not really where the dynamics are. It's more down here in the Brookshire area of the Houston metro area is where we see the better dynamics. That's probably simply a lot of the anvil, the mammatus that spreads out from these storms. The rain and the moisture probably is likely falling apart because there's no lift. There's no forcing in that area of the storm to continue to get rain going. But there's a lot of lightning strikes nevertheless. There's a lot of lightning headed towards your area nevertheless, though, Chase McLean. You're probably hearing the thunder already. You're probably at work and probably like, ooh, this looks scary. So what's the main threat for Houston today? So the main threat will be the large hail. The biggest hail at this given time, we actually go over to... did they update the outlook? I think they did. So if we go right over really quickly to the SPC outlook, so the main threat is not tornadoes. Tornado threat is very low today. It's the hail. The hatched area that you see is where we have the biggest hailstones likely. But the 30 sig is more where it's more widespread. And then the wind threat is just a 15%. So overall in Houston, it's going to be a hail and wind threat today and not so much of a tornado. Actually, yeah, Houston, you're barely in the 2% for tornadoes. So actually, anything else, there's not a whole lot. And do we have any live cameras? Someone was asking. So let's go over to that. Let me go back to GR2, or let's go back to... This storm looks very ominous. This is near the Houston, Texas area. Wow. Okay, that has filled in a little bit, but still producing some rotation. So let's go to a live camera in Texas. Oh, good. Okay, we do got some light. Okay, might get a good picture of this once the ad stops. And then once that happens, then we will get... Okay, let me make sure, though, that this actually works. Okay. There we go. Yeah, so this is a live look at Houston, Texas right now at the moment. And this is... Wow, look at all the traffic. Commute time, folks. 3:57 p.m. over there. Is that I-10? Can someone tell me... No, that's not I-10. Duh. No, I'm not going down to Houston. I was thinking maybe it's I-10. Because, boy, if it's going to be that crowded, that sucks. So, yeah, this is where the storm is at. It looks like, according to our camera. Let's go back and look at another one. Let's see. Is there anything else? Yeah, maybe the monument. This is in... Yeah, that looks cruddy. So the only good camera we have is in Houston right now. So this is a live look at Houston. We are going to watch the skies here as we look at... David Rules. Is that really I-10? Oh my gosh. That's not even on the... That's not even on the eclipse day. Actually, it would have to be Houston. Because I-10 does go through... No, wait, maybe? It is. Okay, it is I-10. Okay, I got it correctly. Wow. That is a busy I-10. Well, thank goodness the totality is not over there, and it's actually in Kerrville. So at least our portion of I-10 should not be that crowded, hopefully, because that is a lot of traffic. All right, this storm is showing signs of intensification in Sugarland. We do have a... Yeah, we have 1.75 inch hail tag on this with 60 mile an hour winds. Sugarland, southwest of Houston. This is going right into the downtown area. Right where that camera is, too. So that is going to be a picture-perfect look at the storm once it gets closer. We will be providing you some live coverage on that on a live camera once the storm gets closer. And this has a 3-inch hail marker on it. So some mighty hail. Yeah, yep, there it is. Big hail. Let me take a look at what the 3D looks like on this. Oh, yeah. Look at this. This is definitely organized. You can really neat streamer to see here. You can see the tilted updraft. Darn it, I forgot my pin doesn't work on here. My mouse is going to have to do, unfortunately. So you can see right here is where we have the... Actually, let me see if I can make my... If I can make my mouse cursor bigger. I think I can make it bigger. So that way, at least you all can see what I'm pointing to without... Let me see if I can shape this. And we're going to use... I'm going to use yellow. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. And I'm hoping it gets captured. So that way you all can see with what I'm pointing to without just... Let's see. There we go. Perfect. All right, so you're able to see it a lot better. So what we're seeing is... This is the storm. So the black colors are where the biggest hail is, as what we talked about on the 3D dimensional. So it's not hitting the surface. That's why we're not seeing those those reflectivity values, but it's aloft between about 12,000 feet to 25,000 feet is where the biggest hail is. Yeah, these updrafts have been fantastic today. That's why I like discrete storms on 3D, because you could really get the structure, the different hail sizes, and you could really picture 1-inch, 2-inch, and 3-inch hail is where this black area is. Yeah, beautiful. That's just gorgeous. I just love looking at the updrafts of what these storms look like, because you could see where the updraft is tilted. And if you actually look at it from above, you could even see that it's kind of curved like a hodograph. Oh, that was a serious... Okay, let me make my pointer a lot smaller now. There we go. I will be using that often. So, yeah. And it's making its way to the surface. So... This is already mixing down. So we'll get a new update on 3D in a second. By the way, we just got a 2.5 hail report in the county of Austin at Belleville from earlier. Tennis ball size hail was reported. So that cell did produce some large hail. All right. All right, this is from Chase McLean. Let me go to Discord. If I'm able to bring it up. Discord. Hold on, sorry if it's black. Okay, there we go. So this is from Chase McLean. We make this bigger. There we go. Not the biggest image. Let me see if I can make it bigger. That is a storm that we're looking at. So thank you for that. Looks like you're on the road, so you're probably headed back home finally. You're finally headed back home, which is great. First colony, though, yeah, that's intensified. That storm has strengthened. So thank you for that. Yeah, don't be flying through this. I agree. All right, we got a new update on our 3D, and it looks like this storm might have gone a little taller. And we got a little bit of a deeper hail column in that. Yeah, this is actually falling right here. It's coming right down pretty quickly. Look at that. This is a fantastic storm. We got to watch that storm, though, because that's still intensifying. Because there's not a lot of interference, so we got clean air to the south. Clear air, I should say. Nice, good moisture influx relative to storm motion, and I can definitely see the storm remaining fairly strong once as it moves over 5th Street, DeWalt. And it is warranted for golf ball size hail. And I would not be surprised if this gets a bigger hail tag on it. So actually, let's turn it over to our live cameras. And very hard to tell what's going on because it's kind of murky out there. It's going right towards downtown Houston. Look at all of the traffic, though. This is a traffic Mageddon-like city. This is so much traffic. You better get home because you're going to get pelted with 2-inch hail. All right, so we have about 2.5 to 3-inch hail marker on this storm still. And right now, this is headed right towards Westwood Park, Stafford. So 4:16 p.m. So in the next 10 minutes, it's going to be on the State Route 1, and then it's going to be on the 610 in about 30 minutes. All right, Mayfair in about 30 minutes, and here is the downtown Houston area. Look at that grid, waffle style. And we have a lot of commercial here. We have a lot of businesses. So we are going to get a lot. The 610 loop, that is. And so it's... You know, that reminds me of City Skylines. Have you guys played that game where you just kind of build a waffle like a grid-like city? That's a very busy area. Very, very densely populated with commercial and residential. So when this storm approaches this area, we're probably going to get numerous hail reports from social media, from storm chasers. Yeah. David, what would you do if a 5-inch hail report comes out? Well, if it's a 5-inch hail report, I would be like, wow. That's all. I wouldn't have a big reaction because, for one thing, it's not really professional for me to go, holy macaroni, you know. But I would be like, yeah, that's big. That will cause fatalities. 5-inch hailstone is like this big, by the way. So if you can picture how big this is, that's about a 5-inch hailstone. You don't want a 5-inch hailstone landing on your backyard or your house or your car. You can rest in peace your car if you get a 5-inch hailstone that falls. It has happened, though. It has happened. But it doesn't happen very often or it never really happens because it takes a serious updraft. It takes an updraft at least over 110 miles an hour to keep that hailstone suspended in midair. Because how hailstones happen is, let me kind of draw this up. Actually, you know what? Let's go to... Okay, no, we can do it here. Why not? So if you think about it, so actually, let me use the whiteboard. That's what I like to use. Can you guys see my screen? Maybe not. Let's see if that works, though. If it does, then I can kind of annotate a little bit. Yeah, it would go through roofs. Oh, yeah. Jesse Strong. You would probably... your only protection would probably be in the basement at that point. Okay. I don't think it transited. I don't think the screen went white on that end, so I don't think... I could annotate it here. So if you think about it, okay, so let me draw. Learning lesson 101. So here is your supercell. Okay. If I can do the best at drawing a supercell, I don't think I'm a good drawer at this point. So when you get your updraft, so you get two sides of the storm. You get, of course, your updraft that throws the hail. Actually, since storms move, actually, it would be this way. So, because the forward flank updraft would be right into this. So this is where your updraft would be. And so once you get a hailstone that grows into this, wherever it's freezing in the storm, you'll get these hailstones that just kind of go tossing for a joyful ride. They might fall underneath the cloud and then get thrown back up again. And then they just kind of do a little dance in the storm. And when they get big enough, they fall. And if that updraft is strong enough, you could end up getting very big hailstones. Now, the smaller the hailstone, the weaker the updraft literally is. That's common sense at this point, right? If you get pea-size hail, your updraft is not very strong at all, okay? But if you get a 110, 120 mile an hour updraft, so air moving upward, you can get hailstones that can reach sizes of, say, 3, 4, 5 inches in diameter. And it's those hailstones that can do a lot of property damage. You could have busted windows, car dents, and trust me, you don't want to have a dented car. It doesn't look very well. It doesn't look good. Use a 3D model. All right, I will go ahead and use that since a lot of you actually like it. So let's go to GR2 Analyst and let's kind of scope out the storm because this is moving into the Houston area. And this looks pretty intense still looking at the hail growth area, some large hail at about 15,000 feet above the surface. So you can see where the biggest hail. The black areas are hail at least 2 to 3 inches in diameter. 1 to 2 inches in diameter is the pink magenta color, and the red colors here are hailstones greater than about an inch in diameter. Yeah, helmet time if you want to witness hail. I would not want to get hit with 5-inch hail on a helmet, though. It would probably knock you out. It would be like, oh, whoa, what just happened? Oh, boy. Whoa, big hail. Ooh, ouch. Ooh, that's how you would react. Even with a helmet on, don't rely on your helmet to feel what 5-inch hail looks like. Because what if you're bent back and hail hits you like at an angle and hits you in the stomach? Then you'll be like, ow, 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 ow. You're going to really complain. You're really going to complain about how painful it is. Heed the warning. If there's like... So, in other words, let's just put this way. If you want to experience hail, here's how I kind of revelate my sizes versus impacts. If you want to witness 1-inch hail, watch it at your own risk. If you want to be outside and if you want to feel like, oh, I got to catch this hail, then you can. It will cause a little bit of injuries. You'll feel like a little boop, like a little pinch, like a little sting to your skin because it's flying pretty fast down from the sky. 2 inches is when we start getting a lot of injuries, okay? So 2 inches is about like that. 3 inches will cause serious injuries. 4 inches will cause life-threatening injuries, possibly fatalities. 5-inch hail that we just talked about will cause widespread injuries, serious injuries perhaps, maybe even a fatality or so. And then when you get to like 6 or 7 inches, if you ever experience a 6 or 7 inch hailstone, that's deadly. You cannot survive that. If you're lucky to survive, you're going to have a brain bleed, you'll have a concussion, or you'll have a cracked skull if you end up surviving it. Okay. And of course, you do not want to witness 8-inch hailstones because by the way, I think it was in Nebraska that had the biggest hailstone ever recorded. And think about 8 inches in diameter, what that can do. That is not survivable. You cannot be outside in that. That's like this big. This big. All right, so we did get almost a 3-inch hail report in Belleville in Texas. All right, baseball size hail there. So that is some pretty large hail that fell there in the Belleville area in Austin County. Now, again, this is in Missouri City, 5th Street. Let's name down some streets here because we do have 170 people watching. So for those that are watching, thank you. It is an honor that you're here watching me live. This would probably be the time that I ask people if you want your location on this map. Okay, we have many people that I've already put their location on this map. So if you want to be part of that, just send it in chat, please. Now, the rules, the policy about this is, please give me the town that you live closest to. Because again, for severe weather season, winter storm season, and hurricane season, it's important that I know that, oh, this is who's getting impacted. If you could give me your area code, that would be very helpful as well. Okay, the town and the area code, the city or the area code, or a metropolis or an area code. All right. And also be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, to show your awesome support because yes, this is hurricane country down here. Houston, Texas, Port Arthur, Cameron, Lake Charles, anything along the Gulf Coast. If you're watching this, right all in here, and I cover hurricane season, which I am, please subscribe. Because this hurricane season is looking extremely active. I mean, probably almost as bad as 2020. I'll tell you that right now. It's looking... I'm borderlining hyperactive. I'll just tell you that right now. I'm not going to give my how many named storms am I thinking. I'm not going to spoil that already in this live stream. I will be releasing my Atlantic hurricane season forecast on the 15th of April. At least as far as it goes. At least. Let's keep the fingers crossed. That date might change though as we get closer, but right now it's set for the 15th of April. Might even do it a little earlier. We'll see. Might even upload it on the 12th or the 13th. Once our other agencies release their numbers, and then I'll put those into the system, and then we'll be able to add that. So I am so excited to track the hurricane season. I have friends in Dickinson and another in Pearland. Dickinson. What are your friends' names, oh Gloria White? I need their names so I can add them to the location. Because if I just put friend 1 in Dickinson 785 and then another one in Pearland, I'll just say friend 1, names would help. Names would help. If you don't feel comfortable, that's fine. All right, so Houston, the metropolitan area, is going to get slapped right now, and we are waiting for this advertisement here to end. That's a cute puppy. Thank you for the subscription. The white idea just subscribed. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. That's a cute puppy, though. Oh, that's adorable. Yeah, it's an advertisement with a puppy. All right, so let's go back and now look at the live camera. This is what we have right now in Houston, Texas. Look at that skyscraper. And look at the traffic. Oh my gosh, that traffic. That traffic is terrible. What about Cyprus? Cyprus is getting slapped with heavy rainfall and some lightning right now at the moment. And these, look at how bad the traffic goes. It's literally all the way back there. It's terrible. It is terrible traffic. And people are going to get trapped with the heavy rainfall. Actually, if we do take a look at traffic, I rarely show that. Well, I'm not going to really show it in the stream. But I bet you that I-10 corridor is terrible right now. Oh my gosh. It is bumper to bumper. Everywhere you go, it's bumper to bumper. Lot of road work, lot of road closures too. That probably explains it right there. If I'm able, I don't think I'm able to bring that up. Darn it, I can't. Oh wait, maybe I can. There we go. There's the traffic. It's just terrible. It's just terrible. Have fun. Evening commute, people. The traffic is actually oh wait, no, it's not. It's pretty typical there. Everyone coming home from work. Thank you so, Miss Tammy T, for subscribing. You're awesome. How is the tornado risk? So right now, the tornado risk... So the tornado risk in Houston is, I would say, a 1%, because you're right on the border of that 2% risk for tornadoes. So I would say like a 1% chance of tornadoes today. I don't think it's even going to happen because there's a lot of storm clustering that is in place. Yeah, terrible traffic. Oh my gosh. I hope it's not like that for the solar eclipse. That's why we're leaving really early. Snake Lover just subscribed. Thank you for that. That dinosaur is probably like jumping up and down, loving it. Oh yeah, yesterday was very bad. It was horrible yesterday. Actually, you know what? I do not want you all to check the Storm Prediction Center website. Okay, please. Promise, pinky promise. I want you all to guess how many storm reports we have had from yesterday's severe weather event. I want you all to guess. Since we have like 165 people watching, this is the best time to interact with you all. So how many storm reports do you think we had yesterday without checking the Storm Prediction Center website? If you do, you're cheating. Okay, you're cheating. 35? Someone said, whoa, that's a little on the low side. That's a little on the low side. 143? Oh my gosh, you guys are way off. Ooh, someone's a little on the high side there. Okay, so let's just do this. Snake Lover 100 says 100? Nope. All right, I will spoil it. Here's how it goes. There were 17 tornado reports yesterday. The majority of them happened in Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio. Just only a couple, one in Arkansas and one in northern Texas yesterday. 160 wind reports. The majority of those were in the Illinois, Missouri, northern portion there of Kentucky, as well as Ohio. Just a ton of them. So again, 160 wind reports. One of those was significant. All right, hail reports. 200. Oh, wait, no. Hold on. Oh, wait, no. Okay, 228 wind reports. So this was kind of glitched out on me. So 17 tornado reports, 220 wind reports, 228 wind reports, and 525 hail reports. Okay, 525 hail reports, and 99 of those reports were significant, which makes a grand total of 770 storm reports from yesterday, which concludes that we did have a tornado outbreak yesterday, because we had more than, I think, like 15 tornado. In my opinion, if there's more than 15 tornado reports, we had a tornado outbreak, and we had 17. So that really says it all. Yesterday was a serious day. It could have went moderate if the models were more consistent. Today, though, however, we have had 21 wind reports, 14 hail reports, 2 tornado reports, nothing since, with 37 storm reports in total. So today, definitely not as active as yesterday. Yesterday was like the witching hour of all these storms. I watched for like 7.5 hours yesterday. Yeah. Yesterday was, yeah, up across the upper Midwest. Really took the brunt of everything. Thank you so much, Heidi. I'm glad you like the stream very much. I'm glad you all like this a lot. I am going to be doing a lot more of these. That's my goal. My ultimate goal is to do more of these live streams. But the problem is, got family behind this green screen. No, not literally behind this green screen, but if my family needs my help, I gotta stop what I'm doing and help them. And so that's why today, luckily today, I have all of the time in the world to do this. I have been fortunate the last couple of days of having enough time to doing this. I'm hoping it could stay like this. But the thing I hope and pray about is we don't get any severe weather outbreaks during the time which I'm in Texas, because I won't be on my computer. I will be live streaming, but it's going to be on the solar eclipse, and I won't be on my computer doing this. So fingers crossed we can get literally an entire week without severe weather. Thank you, Randy. I do appreciate this. So if you're in Houston, actually, let's go right over to the live camera right now. Let's see what we have. And it is really dark over there. Definitely some stormy skies, as we can see in the distance. And there is some lightning. We got just a little bit of a flash there. The sky kind of flashed a little bit. So there is some lightning activity. That storm is getting closer. I'm in Spring in the Woodlands, and it's on like Donkey Kong right now. So, yeah, that's a live look at Houston, Texas at the moment. Houston is gonna get cooked. Yeah, definitely gonna get a lot of hail out of this. Look at that skyscraper. There's glass. That's a glass skyscraper, too. Hopefully, the hail's not that big to blow out windows on that. That would be terrible. That's the 610 loop looking south. This is looking south. Okay, good to know. So that is the 610. Oh, look at that. Do you see that? Lightning on camera. Wow. I got that. That was beautiful. CG strike. Cloud of ground. See if it comes up on the stream. There it was. So, yep. That is fairly dark over there. Okay, what are all of these numbers about? Okay, I'm gonna... So yeah, this is a live look. Oh my goodness. It's gonna get nasty there. Okay, so let's go over back to radar Omega. That's warranted for 1-inch hail. So this is looking south, right? So the 610. Okay, it's raining there, so the 610 is right here. So if this is looking south, it's probably over here. The camera, I'm guessing somewhere over here. It would have to be. This is looking south. What's up, Kajan? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. By the way, for the 165 people that are watching, just kind of going off topic here briefly while we're watching the storms in Houston, I'm going to be in Kerrville, Texas, watching this solar eclipse. So if anyone is going to Kerrville, Texas, raise or not, put a hand emoji, like raise your hand. So put this in. Oh, let me see, hand. So put this emoji in if you're going to Kerrville, Texas. Okay, so that way I know who's going to Kerrville, Texas. And maybe, just maybe, you'll be able to get one of the 6 pair of solar eclipse glasses for free. A free giveaway. A free giveaway. And I'm not lying about that. I will give those away for free. But I'm not giving away the glasses that are in here. I'm not giving away. Because this is not giving those away. Those are plastic. Those are going to be for us. But I will give away the paper. The cardboard ones. So yeah, there's a strong storm Westward Park, Foster Place, Mayfair, Magnolia, Galena Park. If you're in Juanito City, Cloverleaf, Channelview, in the Houston metro area, please take shelter. By the way, if you all are going to Kerrville, some of you are going to Kerrville, raise your hand with the raise hand emoji that I put it in chat. If not, then that's probably why I'm not seeing any hands up. I'm not seeing, or if anyone is watching from Kerrville, Texas, you're there and you'll see me there. I'm going to be at the sports complex, the baseball sports complex for that event. So Bevel, Oaks, if you're in Rose Hill, Arcs, or Acres, this is in eastern Texas. We also have the strong storms, but the majority of these storms are actually happening in Houston. And we already have, more people without power already. According to our power outage map, so we are people's power is getting knocked out because of the storms that we're seeing. Definitely a lot of people without power. So 7,836 people there in Fort Bend County in Texas are without electricity. And that number is likely to go up. Thank you, Peanut, for subscribing. I love you so much. I appreciate the subscription. Pasadena on I-10. That's the first storm that's coming through. Then, of course, if you're in Spring, North Ridge, Oak Ridge North, definitely getting slammed there with some heavy rainfall. This is definitely clustering, though. And we are waiting to see if storms are able to form. Oh, and they are already forming back here towards the west. Bracketville, we'll watch these storms. These are the ones that are going to become much stronger with time. They're right now in the Mexico-Texas border right now. And so we will be watching those in the next 3 to 4 hours. The camera is located between 10 and to the south, I-69 on the west loop. So, okay, so 69. So we got 69. 69 and 10. So that camera is located between I-10 and to the south of I-69. To the south of... So here's I-10. So it's probably located somewhere over here, it looks like. I'm close. Carrie Moore, thank you for subscribing. You are awesome. Thank you, Matthew Halt, for subscribing. And my alerts should be working. Yeah, they should be working. Every time when someone subscribes, you guys are able to hear it. This ad on my end is so annoying. So annoying. All right, so let's actually take a look at that storm. Oh, west. It's in the west side. Chase Frog, thank you for subscribing. Oh my goodness, it's very dark over there. Let's go right over to the live camera. And we can see it is raining good. Definitely raining good. 81 degrees there. So it's definitely on the warm and muggy side. Okay, it's west of downtown. All right. I do appreciate that uptown skyline camera in Houston, Texas. Yeah. Yeah, you look at the freeway. You can see the lights in the distance beginning to disappear. That rain is about to slam in. It's about to slam in. And as we go over to Radar Omega, so this is on the west side of Houston. Something like that. So it'd probably be, okay, I'm guessing it's right. It's right here. Which, that storm is going to be moving right, it's moving right towards the camera. So it's, either way, it's nasty there. And there we go, my camera works. Okay, you cannot see the lights beyond that bridge now. This rain is coming in pretty hard. Is moving from right to left on the camera. Okay, so moving from right to left. Okay. That makes sense because this is looking south. Okay. How do you make the subscribe button to show up on your screen? Wilfred, you're asking that. So you have to, so on Streamlabs, you have to get an alert box. So you have to go to sources. So when you start Streamlabs for the very first time, you'll be granted with one scene and one source. So you go to sources and put in the alert box, but you have to make sure your YouTube channel or whatever streaming service you're using is connected to your account. You can't just add an alert box and expect it to work. You have to make sure that your things are connected. Your account is linked to your streaming software. What's up, A Lalu? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream, buddy. If you're new, subscribe, share, and like. I don't only cover on severe weather. I also cover on tropical storms, hurricanes, of course, wherever they hit and when they hit. And we show you recon data. If you want to know more about that, you can watch my live stream on Hurricane Lee from last year. Wow, that rain is coming down. It's coming down. Look at the visibility. Those car lights. I'm looking at the car lights and they are dimming over there. They are dimming. Any more outages? Let's go to Radar Omega. Wow, that storm looks very ominous. Look at that storm. Right now, there is not any more outages. This updates very frequently, as often as it can update. So, let's see. Yeah, there is no more. We're up to 8,300 people without power in Fort Bend County in Texas. Oh, yeah, look at that now. The wind picking up on that camera, too. It's shaking, so we are definitely getting some intense rainfall. Look at that rain. Yeah, here it comes. Here it comes. Look at that rain. Look at that wind picking up. I wonder if the buildings are going to disappear. I bet you they're going to disappear just like what we had yesterday in St. Louis.